Let's get started. You can always do it. Alright, so it says, it has already started?
Yeah, it started. Cool. Do I look okay? Nice and athletic?
Yeah, lovely.
Nice.
Do you want me to tell you, do you got about your time anyway? Or?
That's okay.
Yeah, you know when.
I'll do the clock too.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Wine number one is a white wine which is clear and star bright. It's got a pale yellow core and fades to a thin watery rim. There's no gas or sediment. There's no staining to the tears, and the viscosity is moderate. On the nose, the wine is clean, moderate minus intensity of aromatics, and youthful. The fruits are underripe green apple, just ripe lemon, underripe green melon. The non-fruits, cherry blossom, orange blossom, yeast, beer, sulfur. Ignore that, please. And the earth minerality, crushed stone, chalk, crushed rock, whetstone, and there's no oak on the wine, on the palate. Dry wine, moderate body, very acidic. Confirming that underripe green apple, underripe green melon, just ripe lemon, maybe a little underripe lime, the non-fruits, orange blossom, citrus blossom, that beer, easy. It's very phenolically bitter, probably indicating some yeast aging. And and the earth minerality is crushed stone, crushed rock, chalk, and the oak is, there's no oak. High acid, moderate alcohol, high phenolic bitterness, imbalance, moderate plus complexity, long finish. Initial conclusion, old world style wine from a cool climate. Possible grape varieties include Chardonnay and Pinot Grigio, Albarino. Possible countries, France, Italy, Spain. Age range 1 to 3 years. Final conclusion, Chardonnay, France, Burgundy, Chablis, 2011 vintage, Chablis AOP quality level. Wine number two, white wine, clear, moderate concentration, star bright, pale yellow core, fades to a thin watery rim, no gas, no sediment, no staining to the tears, viscosity, moderate. The nose, clean wine. It is youthful. Also, this wine has slight green flecks on its appearance, and the first wine had slight green flecks as well. Didn't mention that. Okay, so this is a clean wine, a moderate plus intensity of aromatics. It is youthful, and the fruits, there's a broader spectrum of fruits here. It's more ripe yellow apple, ripe lemon, ripe pineapple, ripe guava, all ripe fruits with a span of tropical and citrus and orchard fruits as well. And the non-fruits, I get butter, I get honeysuckle, a little lilac, whetstone, crushed rock, and the little organic matter as well, some wet forest floor, wet matter. And there's the presence of some new, probably French caliber oak on this wine. Dry wine, moderate plus body, confirming those ripe fruits, yellow apple, pineapple, lemon, guava, non-fruits. We'll confirm the honeysuckle, lilac, butter, toast, buttered toast, possibly indicating some new oak barrel aging and malolactic fermentation. And we're going to confirm, it's also got kind of a creamy mouthfeel. It's probably seen some lees aging as well. All right, and the earth minerality is a combination of inorganic and organic, crushed stone, wet forest floor. And the oak on the palate, I believe this wine has seen some new French oak. Okay, the acid, moderate plus, the alcohol, moderate. Maybe it's a little higher than the last one, but I'm not going to put it high, but let's call it moderate plus. Long finish, high complexity, in balance. The tannins are nil, but there's a slight phenolic bitterness, probably indicating some amount of lees aging. Initial conclusion, old world style wine from a cool climate, possible grape varieties or Chardonnay. Don't know where else to put this. Possible countries, France. This could possibly be a New World style, California, or United States style wine. Possibly, I don't really think it's Australia. And it's a cool climate, and the age range is 2 to 4 years. Final conclusion: Chardonnay, France, Burgundy. Where am I going to put this? Let's put it Côte de Beaune. Put it Meursault AOP, Meursault village level, and vintage 2008. Wine number 3 is a white wine, which is clear, of moderate plus concentration, and it is also star bright. It's got a deep, dark lemon core that fades out to a moderate variation thin watery rim. Moderate variation watery rim, I should say. There's no gas or sediment. There's no staining to the tears. The viscosity is a little higher than the last, so we'll put it at high. On the nose, the wine is clean, moderate plus intensity of aromatics, and youthful. The fruits are bruised apple, bruised pineapple, oxidized yellow apple, oxidized lemon, bruised lemon, and the non-fruits are a little more intense than the last. We'll put lilies, lilacs, chamomile tea, wet clothing, damp, like funky. Sorry, like you keep something in the washer for too long, don't transfer it to the dryer. And the earth minerality, wet forest floor, compost, decaying leaves, decaying wet earth, oak. It's oxidized, so I don't think the oak is new, though. It's not really imparting any baking spices, so we'll say used, probably French oak. Dry wine, moderate body, moderate plus body. Confirming those bruised apples, bruised pineapples, bruised lemons, all oxidized. And confirming the lilacs and lilies, and that chamomile tea, and damp clothes that need to be rewashed before you put them in the dryer. And confirming the wet forest floor, decaying leaves, decaying earth, compost, and confirming the use of used French oak on this wine. The acid is high, the alcohol is moderate plus, It's a dry wine. It's in balance, high complexity, long finish. Got a slight phenolic bitterness. No tannin. Initial conclusion, old world style wine from a cool climate, possible grape varieties. Chenin Blanc. Chardonnay. Possible countries, France, age range, 2 to 4 years. Final conclusion. Chenin Blanc, France, Loire Valley, Sauvignon. And we'll put that at 2009 vintage. Wine number 4 is a red wine which is clear, of moderate plus concentration. It's got a garnet core, and it fades out to a thin ruby rim. There's no gas or sediment, there's no staining of the tears, and viscosity is moderate plus. On the nose, the wine is clean, moderate minus intensity of aromatics, and youthful. The fruits are just ripe, red, cherry, plum, raspberry, touch of black fruit, currant, kind of a Kool-Aid note to it as well, and the non-fruits, cherry Kool-Aid, grape, like just grapes, raw, grapes like from a grocery store, those kind of grapes. Not very aromatic at all. I mean, just a touch of rose. And the earth minerality, crushed rock, stone, it's all inorganic, and there's no oak on the wine. Dry wine, moderate body, confirming those just ripe, red, cherry, plum, raspberry, a little touch of black fruit there as well. That Kool-Aid is there, that grapiness is there. Just a touch of floral notes with rose, just fresh rose petals. The earth minerality, just a little whetstone, not very much. And the oak, there's no new oak on the palate either. Structure, moderate plus acid, moderate alcohol, moderate tannin, in balance, moderate complexity, long finish because of the acidity. Initial conclusion, old world style wine from a moderate climate. Possible grape varieties are Gamay and Pinot Noir. Possible countries, France. Call it all France so far. Might come back and revisit this one. Age range, 1 to 3 years. Final conclusion, let's just put this at Gamay from France, from Burgundy, from Beaujolais, from a cru, something like Juliana, and vintage 2010. Wine number 5 is a red wine which is clear. Let's call it translucent. I can see through it but not read through it. It's got moderate plus concentration with a dark garnet core that fades out to a bright ruby rim of moderate variation. There's no gas or sediment. There's slight staining to the tears, and the viscosity is moderate plus. On the nose, the wine is clean and moderate plus intensity of aromatics and youthful. The fruits are a combination of red and black fruits. We've got red, and they're kind of very fresh, ripe fruits, red cherry, black currant, black plum, a little fig, non-fruits, rose violet. There's a pyrazine component as well, meaning green pepper, jalapeno, tobacco, earth minerality, combination or inorganic, organic, crushed stone, wet rock, wet grass, wet leaves, decomposing earth, and there's not a whole lot of new oak on this wine. I think it's seen some, like maybe 20% new oak, like just breaking a new barrel, but not really like brand spanking new. It's a tart wine, dry, moderate body. Confirming those red and black fruits, they're like just like very lush, ripe fruits. Red cherry, black cherry, plum, fig, currant, non-fruits, rose violet, jalapeno, bell pepper, earth minerality, crushed stone, crushed rock, decomposing earth, wet leaves, and the oak is just a touch of new oak, like maybe 20% on the palate. The acid is moderate plus, the alcohol is moderate plus, the tannins are moderate plus. It's in balance of moderate plus complexity and a long finish. Initial conclusion, this is an old world style wine from a moderate climate, possible grape varieties, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc. Possible countries are France. Boy, I've gone 5 in a row in France here. Age range is 3 to 5 years. 2 to 4 years. Okay, final conclusion. Put this on Cabernet Franc from France, from the Loire Valley, from Chinon. Should probably clarify, from Touraine, from Chinon. And the age range, the vintage is 2009 from Top Quality Producer. This could be Bordeaux. We'll come back to it in a couple of minutes. Wine number 6 is a red wine, which is opaque and deeply concentrated with a dark garnet core that fades out to a bright ruby rim of moderate variation. There's no gas or sediment. There's substantial staining of the tears, and the viscosity is moderate plus. On the nose, this wine is clean, but highly intense, high intensity of aromatics and developing. The fruits are mostly black with some blue and red mixed in, black raspberry, black cherry, and they're stewed and macerated quality. Plum, fig, raisin, blueberry, strawberry as well, but they're all just like cooked and stewed. The non-fruits are chocolate, cocoa, coffee, toast, slight floral components, potpourri, dried flowers, dried violets, dried roses, potpourri, vanilla bean, dill, slight dill. Earth minerality, not really picking up much on this nose. Maybe a little crushed stone. And oak, brand spanking new. Like, they spent a lot of money on this wine. Don't know if it's French or American just yet. I'm leaning towards French, but we'll revisit it on the palate. Dry wine, touch of sweetness from the alcohol, glycerol. Full body, high in alcohol. confirming the red-black fruits mostly. Not really getting so much of the blue fruit on the palate, so, and it's all stewed macerated, so black cherry, black raspberry, black plum, fig, red strawberry, slight amounts of, and the non-fruits are cocoa and coffee and toast and those baking spices, vanilla bean, and the slight floral notes, but they're like dried potpourri type flowers, so roses and violets, but in a desiccated, dried nature. And the oak is brand spanking new. Like close to 100% new oak. I'm going to call it French oak. Structure. This is diminished acid, moderate acid. Alcohol is high. It's in balance. Tasty wine. Moderate complexity, long finish. Probably because of the alcohol. And the tannins are moderate. It's got kind of a leafy green quality too as well. So, initial conclusion, I'm going to put this wine in the New World. Possible grape varieties are Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Zinfandel. Possible countries, United States, Australia. Age range is, let's put it at 3 to 5 years. Final conclusion, I'm going to put this at Brill, from United States, from California, from Napa. We'll put this at a 2007 vintage, and from a top quality producer. Okay, let me see, I've got some time left here. Yeah, Leezy Cheesy. I like the Chablis call in this one. More new oak. There's some butterscotch on it as well now. I'm gonna stick with that. Stick with the Sauvignon there. This one is so muted. Hard to pick up anything on it, so it's very, not very intense at all. You know, let's stick with Beaujolais. Probably wrong, but this one, pyrazine's jumping out at it. It could be a right bank Bordeaux. Don't get a whole lot of new oak though, or do I? Chinon or right bank Bordeaux? You know, fuck it. Let's stop.
You did very well. The only one you missed was the only one I nailed.
Yeah?
I mean, actually you missed two, but the last one that you missed, yeah, there was no way you would have. First one, you got everything right. I mean, everything. I knew where you were going, and if I didn't know the wine, I just listened to the markers. Yeah, you got Chablis, and that was Chablis. And that was beautiful. Number two, that's the one you missed. Taste of the game.
It's California Chard.
No.
It's not Chardonnay at all. Well,
There's oak.
there's oak,
Yeah. It's creamy.
creamy.
What other?
I mean, it's such a Chardonnay note on it.
I think I get a lot of clove in it. I get a lot of. I get cream soda and celery.
Oh, it's white Bordeaux? Yeah.
Now that you know.
I get it. No, I get there's sulfur all over it too. Did I call it sulfur? I get a lot of sulfur
No,
in
you
white
got
Bordeaux.
you called sulfur in the Chablis. That's why I knew you would.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, it makes total sense now that you've said it. At the time, like I don't get pyrazines or anything, so this one's a little bit difficult
Yeah.
for a white Bordeaux. But now that you say it,
Ah,
okay.
that's the only one. Number 3. Oh, yeah. Let's skip that one.
Sauvignon.
You told me. I didn't get any botrytis though.
Yeah, I didn't really call any out, but
Yeah, I didn't get it though.
structure. Still, I
Yeah, I
couldn't bring it
missed that
anywhere
one.
else.
Number 4, yeah, you got it totally right.
It's Gamay.
Yeah, number 5, you got totally right. That's hard though. I think that's
It's
great.
tough. It could have been.
Yeah. Now you will never get that.
This is like so opulent and.
I call them a lotto, by the way.
Let me think for a second. Was it in my initial at all?
I don't think we will ever.
So it wasn't Cabernet Merlot or Zinfandel. What the hell is this? Does it have Syrah on it?
You're still in the new world.
It's in the New World?
Yeah.
Malbec? I have no idea. I mean,
It's Carmenere.
Carmenere! I don't really get a lot of pyrazines
I
there.
don't get. Do you get any bell pepper?
Not at all.
No.
Yeah.
But you did amazing. I will say that. I was shocked.
Just at the right time.
Yeah, no, shit. You did very good. I was like, wow.